Oh, I completely forgot about Shaman. Alright. Lightning Bolt, good card. It's a nature card too, so it's going to be probably discoverable more. I find it weird that they didn't give Bolt or like Lightning its own category like they did with Frost and Fire. But nature seems like a better way of going about that just because it is lightning. Lightning is nature. But this is a 5 because it will find play in some kind of Shaman deck. This card is a 6 out of 5 because I feel like this is actually going to break Shaman. Everyone is talking about how like you could play this on turn 1, obviously. But the biggest thing is like, how does this card not synergize with Shaman? This card just works in every single way. You have Overload if you want to like have Overload synergy. You have spell damage if you need it. Primordial Studies into this is literally 0 mana. It's literally Flame Up with an upside, with 2 upsides. I mean, if you look at Overload with an upside, if you have a deck that runs it. This card's a 6 out of 5. It's really good. Menacing Nimbus. Add a random elemental to your hand. This is pretty good, obviously. I don't know how good Elemental Shaman is, but this is not going to be the direction Shaman is going to go. So I'm giving it a 2.5 because I want it to be good, but I'm not hopeful for it. Yeah, exactly. It's might be one of the best drops in the game. It's very similar to, I want to say to Totem Golem, actually. Rockbiter Weapon might enable some kind of cheese. I think Doomhammer's still in the game, so that possibility's still there. Windfury, I feel like Shaman's not Shaman without Windfury, but Windfury's never really saw play. Hopefully we'll see play if Shaman can somehow stick a board that never leaves, but not really too hopeful about that. Maybe there's some kind of Death Rattle deck that can stick around and we can make use of this, but I don't know, man. We never play Windfury and Shaman. It's just not that good. Alright, Feral Spirit has changed. Feral Spirit now only overloads for 1. And this, I think this was leaked, or this was like revealed before we got any information about this, so we knew this was coming. Also, yes, this is a Zeph buff as well, I think. Zeph can actually, like, I've never seen Zephyrs find Feral Spirit. But regardless, Feral Spirit actually seems insane now because it makes sense to play it for 3 mana. And it's just like, the 1 overload isn't a big deal anymore. So playing this on turn 3 suddenly doesn't limit your next turn. So you still have 3 mana to play even another one. So yeah, Feral Spirit, good card now. Just play it on turn 3. Feels good. Look at them woofs. It's gonna be, I'm probably gonna craft this card gold because I actually love this card. Lightning Storm. 2 doesn't exist. It's 5 because 2 doesn't exist. I don't care if this card doesn't see play. This is a 5 because you no longer have to be like, please, please, 3, please, 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 3. It's a 5. This is a quality of life change. All the time. It's every day we're high rolling. We're no longer missing 50-50s, boys and girls. We're no longer missing them. Oh, hold on. Someone's calling me. I missed it. I'm streaming anyway. Yeah, regardless. Okay. So, Manatide Totem needs to be in the game. Needs to be available for Shaman. Mostly just because, like, they don't have a lot of ways to draw cards. And they need card draw. So, this is also going to work with that Eyesore Totem. So, that's pretty decent. This is a 5, obviously. Good card for Shaman. Fire Walk with me. Thank you so much for that follow, man. Good to have you here. Hopefully, you will walk into the fire with us as we ride into hell, into battle. Because we are the Horde. Unbound Elemental. Oh, thank you. Get me out of the shop. Unbound Elemental, really good for spell damage shenanigans. I'm sorry, for overload shenanigans. But I really don't know how good overload is gonna be. But if overload is gonna be good, this is gonna be the card you're gonna play in it. So because of that, it's gonna be a 2.5 for me. Could be a 3, but overload is kind of dicey. This is a very interesting change. Is that they gave this card 1 HP, and I really don't know why. This card doesn't really seem like it needed it. Like, especially, like, even Shaman just, like, getting a slight buff doesn't really make that much sense to me. But, sure. This is now playable in Standard. And now if you have, like, Eyesore combos, then you can maybe do something with this. Totems I love. Love me some totems. Yeah, even Shaman's fine. It's not like meta. It's not like meta defining. It's pretty weak at the moment. I mean, it's good, but it's not like Secret Mage good. So this card might be interesting to see with one more HP. But if totems can see play, then maybe this card can make the cut. If Hex wasn't in the game, people would be upset. This card needs to be in here. The fact that it's not 3 mana is kind of interesting that they're not reverting that nerf, but sure. At 4 mana, it makes sense. Also, even Shaman can still play Hex, so it's a 5 card. Tidal Surge. I think this is kind of interesting that they're bringing this card back. Hex needs to be 3. I mean, I think transforming something is fine for 4. It seems fair. The fact that you just don't coin it out on 2. At worst, she's a Yeti. That's actually a good point. Good point. But Tidal Surge coming back, good. I mean, it's decent removal. I actually don't know if this is like that good of a card for Shaman. But every now and again, a random Tidal Surge has randomly won me games, so I want to be hopeful in it. But I don't know, man. Doomhammer, I'm really glad this card's still in the game because we really haven't had a lot of ways of making Doomhammer good. Although Doomhammer decks usually tilt people, that's kind of a problem. But I believe people just need to get over it because aggro Shaman hasn't been relevant for a while. It might be relevant next season if for some reason we get some overload support. If we get something like Lava Shock for Shaman, something that gets rid of their overload, or something that like works with overload, then maybe we can make these kind of synergies work a little bit better. But for now, I want to give this a 3, just because the possibility is there. But Doomhammer is a hard card to balance. It's hard to be like, all right, this card is either gonna win me games or it's gonna be a 5 mana card I'm never gonna play. That's the problem with it. Love Doomhammer. Yeah, it's very, very iconic. That's another problem. Like, you can't really get rid of it. Also, if Shaman literally screams for Doomhammer, what are people gonna know what that is for like new players? They're gonna be like, what's Doomhammer? And then like all the old Hearthstone players are gonna have like Vietnam flashbacks. Earth Elemental, very, very flavorful. 5 out of 5 for flavor, but in terms of actual application, this is a random card for Jandis. So it's good in that regard. It's good random, but good for Shaman? I don't know. Probably not. Fire Elemental got buffed. It deals 4 damage now. I feel like there might be some kind of OTK potential now in Wild. Because now you can deal 8 you can deal this 8 times instead of 10 times to deal lethal. But regardless, wait, -1. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait, you're right. It has 2 overload. I completely overlooked that. Wow, that's actually a reason to play this card. You played on turn 5. Turn 6, you have a turn 4. Good Hex. Never mind. This card actually could see play. I completely did not notice this. I love this. I love this, actually. Okay, this card is a 4 now. If Shaman gets a card like Philosophy to where they can make copies of elementals, then yes. This card is good. Okay, I like it. It's a 4. This also dealing 4 damage. I'm going to also give it a 4 because maybe this card can see play again. Like, this card was like the OG for Shaman. Do you need my 5-head in Discord? Wait, do you need my 5-head in a Discord call? Nah, we're good. We're good. I'm going a little crazy. Don't worry. 4 damage can actually kill some minions. Exactly. Like, the reach between 4 and 5... I'm sorry, the reach between 3 and 4 is very vast. And also, this card used to be OG back in the day and, like, actually made a difference. It's probably not going to be insane, but if we get some kind of elemental support, maybe it could be good. Also, the last buff for Shaman. AKIR the Windlord now has 6 HP. And it's still charged, so charge is going to be very scarce. So this could still deal 12 damage with Rockbiter. I think this might invite AKIR to Shaman. But that's only if Shaman can afford to run this as a finisher. I'm not really sure if he could swap more insects. He could swap more of them, yep. More big insects. But I want to give this card a 3. I think it's hopeful. But yeah, like, it works, man. I think this card is decent. It can now kill 6/6 minions versus only being able to. I mean, it could still kill 6/6s actually. It can kill 5/5s now. Yeah, it can kill 5/5s now. That's the big thing. Doesn't just straight up die to 5/5s. OTK with Note Taker, Ysera. Yes, that is also something else that I've seen. That is very true, Creepin'. I saw that on Twitter the other day. Thank you so much for reminding me. Let me actually pull that up real quick in case you guys have not seen this this OTK idea. But with the new changes to Ysera, we know that this combo is still possible. And here is the tweet. Go ahead and whoops, wrong window. Bam. Check out that combo. So you play the new Ysera in order to get Nightmare, and then you can play literally AKIR into coin, play double Note Taker, and then you can play 3 Nightmares on the AKIR, giving it 12 to make it exactly 15 for a 30 damage OTK. So I did it, quote unquote, before Mark. Nah, I'm kidding. I found it on Twitter, so I'm a dirty net decker too. Don't worry.